My name is Mae Helen Buckley, and I was born in Bancroft, Louisiana. My dad said they named me after three white ladies that lived in our neighborhood because everybody was like one big family, and one was named Mae, and one was named Helen. So they took the two names and put together and they made Helen.
Did you have a nickname growing up?
Yes.
And it was?
Oh, yes. Bill. My first job was to keep house and cook for my daddy after my sister married and left. I was only 13, but I was playing Playhouse, and I came out of the Playhouse and went in the real house. And I just took it on. It comes natural. My earliest memory was in 1942. My daddy's sister, Matilda Smith, died, and he couldn't believe me being 2 years old, could tell him that the way she had died. I said, Daddy, I do remember. He said, you can't. You wasn't but two, wasn't quite two. I said, Aunt Tildy, we didn't say Matilda. We said Aunt Tildy was laying, I said, her head was facing the north side of the house in the kitchen, and feet side, north and south. He said, and I said, they had her covered up with a white sheet. He said, well, you must have saw it. I said, I know I did. I said, the kitchen was a drop-down porch that was over that room. And he shook his head. He said, I don't understand it. How did you know that? And just a 2 year, wasn't even 2 years old. But I told him. Well, my mother, I really didn't know her or anything about her. All I know, what they told me, that she died, before I got 2 years old, and she was sickly quite a bit, and always going to the doctors, and this how it ended up with LJ being with Aunt Doshi, because Daddy needed somebody to help take care of the children, and it was three of us, like it was LJ, me, and Johnny, the three youngest ones, and so she let him go, expecting her to take care of him, which she did, and then when Mama got sicker again, then he asked this lady, cousin Alice, she lived right across from us, and she said, Brother Tony, will you let me have that little boy? I'll take care of him till Alzada come out of the hospital. But she didn't come out that time. She passed away, And he told her to go ahead and keep him till he get big enough if she want to give him up. But long, she said, well, I'm going to let him stay with you, be with the children. And she did that, and we just kind of, she was like mama to me, really, because I used to go there and she'd feed me, because she knew I was hungry, but she would help me out. So I just thank God for it, and that was a new life, I guess, for me to go through. And a lot of people don't understand. I didn't think I needed a mama because I had a daddy, and I thought daddy was everything. And so one day I was sitting down thinking after I got older, and I realized, well, this must be where I need a mom, because I had confronted something that nobody could answer. All in my thoughts saying, I could see nobody could answer this. And it come to me, this is where you need a mom, and you don't have one to fulfill this place. And I went, oh my God. I said, this is it. And I said, well, Lord, will you help me? Because I don't understand. I said, it's going to be only you. And so he did. He revealed it to me, and everything. And it helped me a lot, and then I started moving forward. And like in my cooking, I never hardly, I just go in the kitchen and I cook. Like I said, I was cooking in the Playhouse. Like they was talking about me, the sweet potato house.
Right.
And I just moved in and went to doing it. And Daddy didn't understand it. He would tell in church, he said, I don't understand her. She knows how to cook anything anybody else, and I've never showed her anything. He said, it just came natural, but I would hear a voice talking to me and telling me about all the things when I'm cooking, what to do, how to fix it, And I listened, and when I heard it, I did it. And I remember vividly that one day I wanted a vegetable that we hadn't been eating, and we was in this house before we got this one. And I said, but let me go lay down. And I went back in the room and lay down on the bed. And when I did, I began to just, meditate to the Lord. And I heard, the voice came, and he said, you're going to have spinach and tomatoes for supper to go with your other food. I said, oh, I have it. I said, let me go. I jumped up and I ran in the bathroom, washed my hands, and ran to the kitchen. I went to pulling out pots and pans. And he said, now put your butter in and a little cooking olive oil. Cut some onions and garlic. He gave it to me step by step. And the spinach and all the other ingredients. And he said, cook that spinach and tomatoes till all that's out down to a frying point. And I obeyed him and did that. The children did remember. They ate it, said it was good. They didn't know how it came about. All they know, they had it. And I was grateful, and that put another push in me. But I learned it was all about consulting him, and he would always make a way for me. I told him, I said, this is going to be my last dinner I'm going to cook for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I said, I'm going to have one. I said, it's going to be food left to January, like the old people used to cook it and have it left over in there safe, We didn't have a refrigerator back there then, but we had a safe. I don't know how it kept. But as January rolled around, we ate the last piece of pie, a slice of cake, and it was good. So then this is what happened. So I said, this is going to be my Christmas this time. We're going to do this. It won't be no more. Then wasn't thinking about Jesus was coming in my heart. I just was thinking. And sure enough, I cooked. I had food, all food, and more. But listen what happened. When I got past that, January, that next year for the holiday, all holidays moved away out of me. I didn't have no desire anymore to do it. My desire was only to live for Christ and Him only. And I didn't want to take no time. Looked like when I would do that, I was taking time from Him.
Can you give some words of advice to the grandchildren, words to live by?
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time. If they come around, Ryan spent a couple of nights with me this past weekend. We talked, and since Erwin made his changes a lot, sometimes I can't get away from him. But I'm always a talker, you notice. But that's okay, because what I talk about is going to be good. We have talked 2 hours on the phone. I mean, it's all about Jesus. I said, I remember when Erwin didn't want to hear this. I said, this child has changed. And I said, well, thank you, Jesus. That's what I've been praying for, It may be a long time coming, but your change will come. You just have to keep that faith and hope and the will. Just like people are losing weight, you got to have willpower to be able to lose that weight and to keep it off. Because if you don't have willpower, you just ain't going to make it. You're going to say, oh, I can't do it, and you're going to start eating up everything you can find and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Then you're going to really fall back into a slump. And that's the way it is in the Christian life. You fall into a slump because you can't get things to go your way like you want, but you wait on the Lord and let Him reveal you. You won't never fail. It may not come when we want it, but it's going to always be on time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.